everyone, I'm Lakshmi from Statistics Helpline. Today in this video I'm going to talk about hypothesis testing. Yes, we are getting into hypothesis testing in this video. Let's get straight into the video. A hypothesis testing is a tentative solution for any given problem. Yes, it is not just a mathematical problem. You can take any social research, you can take any kind of research or a climb. So a hypothesis test is going to give you a tentative solution. So in order to have a solution, we need to have a problem, right? Yes, that's where we go ahead and talk about the climb. What exactly a climb is? A climb is a tentative solution again. So a climb will design what the problem is going to speak about. Okay, I'm going to talk about SAT scores. So I would like to test the mean SAT score for the given students. So I would say that the mean SAT score for any given class is more than 150. So what exactly here I am going to climb? I am going to climb about something which is related with SAT score, and also that is with respect to mean. So here is where the measure of central tendency, it's none other than the mean is getting in, right? So here I am going to take the SAT score for a given population. What is the population here? You know very well, in the common language, a population is nothing but the total people that we are considering, which we would like to address. So here what are we going to address? We are going to address about the SAT scores of the given people. So it's the population. So here, how am I going to connect this population with a climb? I'm going to test the mean SAT score of these students, which I'm going to say which is greater than 150. So when I'm going to talk about the population, I'm going to say my measure is the mean. Here it is the mean I'm going to test. So my measure is a parameter. So population is connected with parameter. I cannot take all the values of the SAT scores which I'm going to test, isn't it? Obviously. So I'm going to take a few people here, so which is nothing but sample. See how many things are getting in. Yes, as soon as sample gets in, here I cannot consider the so-called mean which I'm talking about. So I'm going to consider only the mean value or the mean SAT score for these sample students. Let's take 50 students, which is a large sample. So I'm going to take the mean of these 50 students sample, which is a sample mean, and I'm going to say this is the statistic. So there are two terms here. To measure the population, I consider parameter, which is called with the symbol mu. Yes, please remember, most of the students get confused here, you know. They are not able to identify what is the mean population and what is the sample mean. Yes, and they do get a lot of confusion when they are going to talk about the parameter and the statistic. So please do remember here the so-called Greek letter mu, which really resembles or which stands for population parameter, and coming into the sample statistic, it is very simple. The same old symbol x bar. Yes, the x and a line on the top of the x is nothing but x bar. So x bar speaks about the sample mean and mu speaks about the population mean. So I have explained about the climb. So I have made my population, the 50 students which are from the group of SAT scores, and I have picked only the 50 students which are the sample here. So to test that mean population or the population mean mu, I'm going to take only few of them, that is the 50 students, and its statistic is x bar. Okay, let us take 50 students score, and example you are going to get 49 or 48, whatever it is. So here is where I will switch to make up my climb. So what am I going to climb here? My climb is the mean population is, that is mu, is greater than 150. So here my climb is very much directional, right? What does I mean by directional? I mean to say that when the climb is speaks whether it is greater than about a particular value or less than about a particular value, it is moving towards a direction or it is directional. So in this case, when the climb is directional, my null hypothesis, hey, new word is right, don't worry. We express the climb statistically using two terms, null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. So I will be using the so-called Greek word mu in order to write up my statistical climb here. Yes, don't worry, I'm not going to talk much more about null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis in this video. Rather, I will take you to the journey of null and alternative in the next video. So I'm coming back again about the climb. So it's not just I'm going to talk about the mean. I can also climb the proportion. So it's not just I consider mean always. I can consider a proportion, population proportion. I can consider the difference between two means. I can consider difference between two proportions. Yeah, I mean to say the population proportions. It's not just one or two. I can also take more than two, where I switch. The type of hypothesis testing is analysis of variance. Yes, there are many more. That's where even students get confused. Here I want to crack that doubt, Yes, as long as you are going to talk about one population or one variable population or two variable population, you will be having a parameter. But when you are extending your samples or your populations more than two, that's where you get into ANOVA, that is analysis of variance, where you will not have the way that you can express with one parameter. Rather, we take multiple means here. So let us confine to one mean, one proportion, and two means. I mean to say the difference between two means, the difference between two proportions. So these are the listed ways of climbing a particular statement with respect to the research question that we are working with. That's in simple about the hypothesis testing or narrating the climb or identifying. I will address one more trouble of the student. When they read the question, they are very much worried. How to identify this population parameter? Don't worry. Population parameter will lead you in the first line of the question itself. Yes, either by recognizing it with a symbol or by recognizing it with a word called population parameter. That's how you can reach the climb, and you can just narrate it by looking at it whether it's directional or not. That's all about. I'm going to talk about the hypothesis testing for the listed mean proportions, guys, and I'm going to take in the next video the next topic, or the successor of identifying climb is next switching to null and alternative hypothesis. Yes, very soon I'm going to join you by explaining it. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching my video. Please don't forget to subscribe if you are watching it for the first time. Yes, please click on the bell icon which is given below. And please do follow me in the social media. All the links are given below. And do like the video and share the video. That really sounds statistically beautiful. Yes, there are many people which are really looking forward to learn much more about hypothesis testing. So let's share the video so that many people can really watch it and enjoy it. Thank you. I will see you soon. Peace.